one way, and that's west. And we're starting in the middle of nothing. And that generated later. Anyway, this is done on a phone. You'll hear clawing, scratching, and depending on moves I have to make, you might hear some snapping and popping of the microphones. They might also be muted, covered, partially or fully lose audio in order to get things done. So that's the usual breakdown. And there's going to be a couple of days in which the weather's not going to be the best. So we may possibly not need to do the Thursday push. So, and there might be, although I set it up for this point in time to not happen, that there could be sudden interruptions in the video, as there may be private text messages, I can't say it, coming as I do this. Like I said, I set it up now to not happen because there's no real point at this time to have to worry about that. Okay, we are running. It's hard to tell because it's so hard to get the guy to run east and west at this point. Because the precision is off enough that if you're not going a certain speed, you can't move forward. And the precision as to how wide the blocks are is disappearing. So this pickaxe is junk because there's supposed to be a point in which items can fall through. Apparently it's not big enough yet. I think the 2 million point, that might be something that happens. The sun is setting. We'll leave that bed for now. This does not look like a giant village. The precision is bad enough that 2-block wide things like the torches are paper thin. So of course I chose the one that is by far the furthest away, as the one we'll sleep in, as the sun is right there. This is also the point that we can take this, make that so we can make no boat. Yeah, I'm not sure if I need a perfectly conditioned shovel to make the boat. Yeah, that thing's gonna be dead weight. Oh, there was one here. All right. Let's sleep the night off and get this 15-minute break going here. got a desert temple all the way over there in the water. And we've got harpooned. That's okay, because we're far enough away from them now. Yeah, swimming's becoming a lot more difficult too. Again, the difficulty is in the east and west direction. Maybe we could find diamonds and make a diamond pickaxe. Get rid of the pretty much broken iron one that we have now. Dolphin power, hey, that'll help. I can't believe the 15 minutes are almost up. Oh, water level, so we don't have to do anything. We just go like this. This might break before we get all the way down. More of this like we need it, but we'll take it anyway. That could help, maybe. Nothing there. More of this. And another one of them. All right. I was gonna say, where's your dolphin powers? Okay, need that to move forward. And we got two of them to help. Doesn't double the power, it just keeps it, much better chance of it continuing instead of breaking up and stopping. We needed trees. There are no trees, but we have another village. Which, again, we're at a point that if there ain't a smithy, who cares? And smithies are not common in these particular villages. Good enough. So at a point we're going to have to just stop and punch a couple trees so we can do the boat thing. If they only could patch out the bug that makes the boats disappear. Yeah, I see trees over that way, but that's out of the way. So the morning break is almost over. And I don't know if... Yeah, I got interrupted again. Anyway, it's half of my lunch break. I was able to get about half of my walk in. That should be there. So yeah, I got interrupted again. And like I said, because people talk, I'll fill you in later on why I'm constantly being interrupted. It's not a bad thing. So, yeah, we're continuing on, and when I was interrupted, I was literally in the middle of the ocean, so I swam about maybe 30 blocks. No, actually around 10 or 20 from when I stopped the recording. So when it started, I was literally underwater about 10 blocks. So again, we're at the point now that the only thing the village would be good for is any... I'm thinking that I'm looking and I can't do both because my brain isn't big and powerful like all those that are successful at doing this. Oh, no collapsing. Anyway, smithies are the only thing we're looking for right now. Got plenty of food. And no, we're not ducking. No, we don't need any beds. We don't care about that stuff. So I always have a... I don't want to whip out the crafting bench because I think that building might have one. Because that's time. Nope, cauldron. I forgot what these buildings had. So what I'll do is because it is... What I'll do is I'll steal a bed because it is... The time is long enough that it's not really worth sticking around. Because we can get another... Doesn't seem like much, but another couple hundred blocks of progress is a good thing. And trees would be nice. What stinks is I wish that it started raining before lunch began. Although, like I said, I was able to salvage half of my, half of my lunch break for exercise. So, I mean, that's the good thing. You see, I've made considerable progress. If I stayed at the village, I wouldn't have gone this much further. Yeah, we'll swim it. Sun's starting to get a little low. And the funny thing is the weather said it wasn't going to rain till maybe like 20 minutes after my lunch break, and halfway through now it's pouring. Again, no trees, no boat, so and yes, in order to mostly guarantee the ability to swim fast, I have to run north or south because the I'm only 65 blocks away from 0, so there's no real precision error. And it's so insignificant it doesn't affect the game. Just sometimes why I have to face north and south just to get out of the ocean. Not always. The speed is sometimes enough that it will allow me out. Another village. Again, we are looking for the rare smithy that can appear in these, because I have seen it. We got more than enough food, we got more than enough beds. And I don't think I see one. Oh, but I see a desert temple. Good thing I decided to check this part out. What isn't good is I might have to build another pickaxe. Or we can go down. Or we can jump, although I should probably hit the jump button. That might help. Alright, we'll give up the 2 sticks for that. The shovel can stay where it is because it's for the boat. And completely missed the target. Alright. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, boy. It's useful, and nothing there. Any more of the bricks? No. Good enough. X. We need to be running. Now if my lunch ends before we cross the ocean, hopefully we'll have this stuff around. We can always pillar up a block with a, make a pillar out of dirt. Or if we have something tall enough. There you go, it's a little faster. Especially if dolphins were to come around. Alrighty. Not seeing much in the way of usable land. There's an ocean monument, but we don't want that. In fact, we want to steer away from it. We don't need mining fatigue. I think we can now slowly start to turn in again. Alright, I do see land over there. I need to see it over here. Any day now. Imagine if Michael Phelps could swim this fast. Yeah, it's getting a bit late and the sun's starting to show. Not a good thing. We're underwater. This is definitely not a good thing. Another ocean monument, come on. All right, this is not ideal, but first, let's head back up. Down. And we can swim. And we can swim. There we go. Yeah, the Kurt J. Mack thing. Set up a pillar, put a bed on it. Yeah, lunch break's about over, so this is where we're going to end this particular little stint. So, I'm going to sleep it off, which I won't do on camera, and be back whenever. And we are back. It actually is supposedly nice out right now, but yeah, the last piece of video I did was when it was nice out, and then it rained. Radar doesn't look good. I'm not willing to get caught in another bout of heavy rain again. Because there's supposed to be another swath coming through pretty soon. So because I'm taking the proactive and not going out, it won't rain. So once again, we're heading west. Still swimming in this big ocean without any dolphin help. Shipwreck. But as I've said in previous videos, unless they're out in the open, they're not worth looking at, because the risk of dying or getting attacked by any drowned is just not worth it. And we're still in the land of the ocean, and there's a monument. I think we're far enough away, but we're going to ever so slightly straighten out, so we hopefully don't get mining fatigue, which occasionally does hurt the ability to keep going. Alrighty, I've cleared that hurdle. Ever so slowly reaching back to the equator. Helps keep at least the north and south running nice and smoothly, as east and west continue to degrade over time. I'm thinking it's 2,097,196, where the next math iteration of problems come up, and I think that is when the ability to detect the edges of each block is even further diminished, where dropping items means they're small enough to fall through the world. Nice pretty oceans, but no land. Not exactly making for very entertaining content here. However, it does allow us to go that much further, that much faster, that much easier. The fun and excitement. At least we got some land over there. once again, waiting for something to come up over here. I mean, that's nice, but better returns over here. All right, that's not much. It's not much further off course. It's a little bit off course. But we need wood. Oh. There we go. Jungle wood. I guess we'll go for jungle boats. And not okay. How about over here? I think we did. I don't need that much of a bigger tree. Okay, we can run. How it lurches from east-west, but you climb perfectly fine north-south. All right, you know what? Might as well just plop that, get rid of it. So now we have this time a jungle boat. Put the dirt there. All right, late enough. Bed, bed, sleep. All right, he wouldn't have got us. Board the jungle boat. Boat the jungle boat. Go a lot faster. Of course, if we're playing the game the normal way, we could enchant stuff, get a, what's they call it? Depth Strider 3, so we could swim as fast as we can walk and run, and then get the dolphin and really be going fast. So 1,150,000. Well, at least now we're starting to see islands. Come on. This is getting old. Drifting way off course in the other direction now. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to do what I don't like doing, but so I'll do it over here where it's no, I guess I won't. I was going to say I was going to stop there and call it. We're finally seeing land. Yeah, my break's almost over, so another island. But maybe not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pause on this little bit right there and call it a run for now. I believe laundromat day will be a snow out, so see you then. And we're back, and of course that decides to pop up right now. You know, then again, I think it was there, but literally I just did not have the time to go this far. Even if it's a matter of seconds. The break was pretty much over, so I had to pretty much, I had to pretty much stop right then and there. At least the boat doesn't disappear when you stop the game. here just in case. And it's still there. Then I hit it. Alright. We're going to need... Oh, wait. I think I already got wood. Yeah, I did. That can go up here. Like how the display tries to save itself from burn-in. You'll notice every now and then the HUD's ever so slightly smaller, and I can fit 6 things in a row, and other times it's larger, and there's only 5 things in a row. There's no control over that. Apparently it's a feature that some phones with OLED displays like mine has to try and help reduce or eliminate burn-in by varying the size of static things. And top chunks that weren't loaded. Interesting. And again, we got interrupted. And like I said, for several more weeks, there's the possibility of that happening. And again, I'll tell you what all that's about when the time comes, because internet leaks things. I wish I never got rid of that. I really wish I never got rid of that diamond pickaxe. And no, it was not on purpose. I think it was clearing out inventory, and I inadvertently selected to get rid of that. And because the distance is short enough, it's just easier to swim across this small bit of water. The time to get out of put the boat in, swim or boat over, then get the boat back out of the water. You just do it all in the same amount of time as just swimming across something this small. Plus, with the way this game runs currently, boats tend to disappear. So safeguarding that. So there was no push because, yay. COVID restrictions at my bank forced me to go to multiple areas to be able to do all my transactions. And yes, I'm old-fashioned and actually go to the bank. There are certain things that electronically I will, unless I really truly have to, won't touch with a 10-foot pole. Sheep's having a hard time walking. And village, but can we get there on time? A free bed, meaning we don't have to use one. Alright, there's a building right here. Typically these have a bed in them. Of course, this is not the one that does. Alright, it's getting late. You can have your bed back. I just want to save my spot. Alright, now to look for smithies, because well, this isn't quite the smithy we're looking for, but sometimes something good comes out of it. we will not need to do any trading. We're not doing bad enough at this point. And no smithies. For once, some relatively flat terrain, and I keep messing up the jumps, which means it just makes it that much harder to move. Yeah, I can't wait to see how hard it gets when we get past that 2,097,000 point. There we go. Again, we're close enough we can just probably swim across and get there in roughly the same amount of time it is to place boat, take boat out. Alright, so we can get out here. Every now and then we get some nice terrain to look at. This ain't too bad. Hopefully there's no little baby nearby. Yeah, you're all by yourself, but sometimes they spawn in literally inside each other. Then, surprise, he's mad at you because, or she's mad at you because you're near a kid that you can't see because it's inside her. Or partially covered. So, a little leery about being near polar bears. Not exactly the hardest thing to get away from. And these ice fields are a lot bigger, which again makes it a lot easier to get around. Oh, and there's a case right there. Idiot jump. This helps get away faster. It wastes energy, but in dire needs, in dire cases, it is necessary. Five, 4, 3, 2. I think we should be safe. Yeah, they're gone. Called the idiot hop because people that literally go around running like that in game, unless they have a really, really good supply of food, the returns on the speed you travel versus the amount of energy consumed is not even close to worth doing it. Like I said, when evasion is a must, that's pretty much the only time that I do it. And on ice, it's even easier. Gotta keep an eye on the clock because, yeah, for the most part, again, today's gonna be a snow out this time. And almost to the case that I mentioned, that last polar bear that we had to escape, the only way I knew it had a kid, well, once it was chasing us, is the kid was behind her relative to where we were standing. I like that this is practically a biome now. It does make things a lot easier. Plus, if you ever do any of those normal, you know, you're playing a normal game of Minecraft, and there we go again. Idiot hop. Like I said, we're evading, so it makes sense to do it in this case. Apparently easier to get rid of than I thought. So I'm sure most of you know this, but I know there's people that watch this that don't play the game. But at least in Bedrock, I know whenever they spawn in monsters or animals or anything like the polar bears, or anything actually, cows, pigs, is if there's going to be they spawn in one spot. And if there's going to be multiples, they're literally all in the same spot. And then they split apart and they're separate, to their separate entities. So it's just weird looking at something that looks like maybe one pig, then all of a sudden two pigs materialize from it because there were actually three inside of each other. It's a weird looking thing. I'm not sure if Java works that way because it tends to work a little faster when you're within the rendering distance. Everything's pretty much there. And there's a mountain. And there's a really big thing. And we gotta go, and we gotta go. There we go. Gotta go around it. Long way around. But the thing is, we got around it. Yeah, now it's kind of pointless to run. So no big push today, even though I probably could have used it. Alright, we're getting close to having to plop down a bed. I see an opening over here. Hate at the very last minute when I see an opening. and then it just disappears. All right, bed here, bed in hand. Sleep and come back soon. Or I don't know where they're coming from, but I think we're safe. And lunch break. Jumping. Moving the player. Maybe at a speed. Well, we have an exit over there, but not liking how things are going here. Oh boy. Yeah, we need more of these, so gives us a little extra room to try and try to Dave Grohl as painlessly as we can. You know, considering how much of a drop we had to make, that wasn't too bad. Thought I might have heard a, what do you call it? Pillager. Then again, I have the volume set pretty low, so it might be a little loud on your end, but I can barely hear it. And I noticed that I'm almost dead. I would climb the hill, but here's a frozen river, so that'll help. Of course, I hit the one block that's water. They were a little bit off target, but it may or may not have helped. All right, there we go. So a little less than a half hour of work here, and depending on what the weather gods want to do, it's either going to be pretty much over or still going on a little bit when my afternoon break hits. So yeah, there was no Thursday push because too many things happened. Places that I relied on being open weren't. And I had to go driving around just so I could do things normally. So my errands took a major detour, and I had to waste my time driving to places that, if I knew where I had to go, would have had time for a Thursday push. But you know, with this the bad weather thing, that'll pretty much makes up for having no Thursday push. Sometimes I think 118 was not a good idea. For this kind of video, it's kind of craptacular. Although sometimes it has its good points, like these ice fields that go on forever because it's easy to navigate. And what the heck? Shipwreck? Floating on the ice? Yep. Alrighty, those that are easily accessible, so to speak. Those we might take a look at. Okay, you're gonna be a pain, and that's time that we don't have. There we go. Like I said, if it's gonna take time, it's not worth the effort. The idea is to try and get as far as we can, as fast as we can. And I don't need to clutter up my inventory with extra species of wood, then juggle things around. Not quite worth the time. Especially with a full house already. And now that I mentioned Full House, lucky me, now I got the theme song to Full House, the sitcom, stuck in my head. So I think we're going to get at least 20,000 blocks of progress, so that's pretty decent. Start at 143, we're at 157. $1,157 kilometers. And gone. But the dolphin isn't. There we go. Giant pit. Yep. Giant pit. And we got a village. We should be able to make it there and sleep in a bed so we get a free bed. Check for smithies because we are not in a bad state in terms of food and beds. Sometimes there's useful things in that one, like that. And that helps a little bit. wasting it ever so slightly, but half a tick isn't too bad. While we're waiting, let's make a boat, break this down, and sleep. I think we're still good with beds. Yeah, we could take a couple. As I was talking about the screen saving thing, you've noticed now that the inventory is 5 wide. It was 6 in the last segment. And no ducking, we don't want to do that. We can run. Yeah, there's no smithy here. Oh, we got this end, but no smithy. Alright, now we can move. We're ducking for some reason. And unfortunately, we got a mountain in the way. The horse probably could have helped us, but we've tried the horse thing. It didn't go well. Alright, I don't like when I climb a mountain and it's pointless, but fortunately then I saw this little segment here. Okay, how about in the forward direction? Yeah, meadows are pretty good if you're climbing a mountain. Helps keep the forward momentum going. But then there's the drop-off. May this be a fairly long meadow, which it kinda has been. But all good things must come to an end. This break is about halfway there. Really? Alright, one little Dave Grohl there. Not too bad. Now we gotta slow it down, and that could have been easily avoided if the game didn't decide to hit every possible corner. So one thing I believe since the Nether update that I don't like about the automatic controls is that it'll jump off every block if it can find a corner, which is very annoying when you're in a village building and you're trying to exit a door and it's jumping. Which prior to then was not an issue. If there wasn't an elevation grade, you didn't jump. Simple enough. Okay, this is all right there. Yep, we can break. All right, we got enough beds now. We can move the player. There's nothing here. Anything on this end? Yeah, there's a smithy. Let's try running to it. Dave Grohling to it. Alright, we don't need any of this. We're full on gold. And we're hitting X. Alright, and nothing more there. Pretty much on axis again, which is good. Helps speed things up, as I always say. Yeah, not going in that cave. I don't like that there's mountains again. Alright, we can go. There we go. Just follow the river. There's the sun setting, so I don't want to put a boat in the water quite yet. I mean, if they actually didn't disappear on me, then I probably would go for the... Alright, we're swimming. We were swimming. Yeah. Not good. this kind of is a crappy area, but I think we don't have too much of a choice because it's going to be very difficult to move around. Let's just switch the color palette a little bit. Yeah, the whole point of putting that down was to just keep okay, let's stop jumping off every corner because there was nothing there to jump on. See, that was the problem I was talking about. Certain, for some reason, when auto jump will jump where it's pointless. But that's the way it is, and gotta live with it. You'd like to, right there. Yeah, not a fan of this stuff. Okay, how about just straight down? There you go. And that's definitely where we did not want to suddenly stray to the right. Finally, a little bit of a stretch here. Only for this to happen, well, it's still not that bad. It's almost, lunch break's almost over. So I gotta get to a point where we can call it good for this segment. And randomly place and drop things. Okay, we can run. Yeah, we're gonna have to go up here. Up here. That went pretty good. That was a pretty decent little bit there. For a minute, I thought I might have seen a village that spawned in this, which I've seen Stranger Things in other people's videos, so quite possible. We can jump. We can get around this, that's good. And let me see where I'm at. Alright, I'm getting close to a point that I'm just going to call it good, and it's likely we may have the second break, or we'll be at the laundromat. It'll be one or the other. Alright, I see a relative clearing, and depending on how big it is, depends on whether I'm just gonna stop here, which might be a thing. Yeah, and get over that gap. Alrighty, so right about here, I think what I'll do is put a boat in the water and put a boat in the water. There we go. We'll pick it up from here. Laundromat or the next break? Let's find out. We're back, and I'm sure you know what phase it is by the sounds in the background. Now the question is, can I keep my fingers where the buttons are? And that doesn't go anywhere. Okay, that's a plummet. If I only knew. This was pretty well hidden. And it doesn't go very far. And the boat decided to exist after all. Alright, we can move a little bit. There we go. Alright, we need to be moving this way now. There we go. Alright, that wasn't as big of a drop off as I thought it might have been. No, we're not ducking, we're moving. Alright, so this is the end. And there's the case if you saw it, where when entities spawn in with multiples, they all start in the same spot. And then I'm thinking about other things as well. And then they split apart once their brains act independently. And again, now we're 6 wide on the thing. All right. Boating again. Question is, will it still be there when we get out? As you saw, it wasn't, and then it decided to exist after all. Still there. Funny thing is, in Java Edition, using your sword to collect your boat doesn't use XP, but it does on Bedrock. I just want to see what's more on this side. You can always look down from here and see nothing. Look down again and see nothing. Of course, this is such a short swim. Putting the boat in, taking the boat out takes more time, and it's not worth the risk of losing it over that. And eat the food. And jungle again. Although for the most part they haven't been as dense. Yet I have not seen a jungle ruin. Yet we have seen a woodland mansion. That was a good jump. It might not have appeared to be one, but it was. Alright, we're just winding up in another jungle, so yeah, this was pointless. And the boat returned. Of course, now the sun's gonna set, now that we got this nice big ocean coming out in front of us. Shipwreck. Unfortunately, that one is not above ground enough. Too much of a risk of drowning there, so I'm going to skip that. An exciting ocean here. The only good thing, like I've said many a time, is that we are making more progress, being fewer obstructions, but boring to watch. And I see the sun, which is not a good thing. Desert Temple, also not a good thing. And I see either an island or a high enough area. Oh, yep, it's land. Let's see if we can make it there. And then again, if it were a mushroom island, which we've seen a few of those, but this is definitely not one of them, we wouldn't have to worry too much, because monsters aren't allowed to spawn there, except for lush caves if they're underneath. That's the only exception to that rule. Anyway, boat's gone. cave. That was another cave. Go now. There's fire on the jump button there. Oh, of course that had to happen. Well, better than what it could have been. Not that it would matter terribly much. Here we can jump. I don't know why we weren't jumping. Guess we're going up. Well, the good thing that usually happens here in the Badlands / Mesa biome is typically when you climb up the mountain before spotting a village, the tops tend to run a little long, so you can get some running distance in. Whoa, that was bad. And we can jump. Good enough to reclaim the health. Again, you know what? I think we might need some. We might need a bed or two. This, that, this, there. Nope. No smithies. We can move the player. that copper doesn't have any use in this particular objective. If we actually, I know we could have actually made a spyglass or two, because we have found a geode, but that would be more novelty than anything of use. So the funny thing is, people left early because of this snowstorm from work. And the funny thing is, those of us that left in the, like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, pretty much we were pretty much, the storm was for the most part pretty much over for like an hour. I mean, it would still be snowing very slightly, but light enough that any exposed asphalt on the roads would melt what's there. And I was wondering if I could use this laundromat, because I didn't see any cars parked on the side of the road, because this is I'm sure you've seen it in the fire videos, and even the one where we see what it looks like now, that it's street parking. But now I'm looking over and I see cars on the side of the road, on a different road that is adjacent to this property. So I guess we're fine. So it was the perfect storm, literally, in my book, where as I was heading to work, the snow is falling, but it hasn't accumulated all that much on the roads. The roads are starting to turn white, but that's about it. And then when it's time to go home, it pretty much was over. And that is a perfect storm. Well, as close to perfect as it'll get. Here we are again on one of these long ocean voyages. So we've made 20,000 blocks, as I believe we're at 1,143 kilometers when we started. Here comes the sun again, but this time there's nothing to fear because we have land. And we're not ducking. I am running like that. Yeah, on a touch screen, at this point, if it's getting too difficult to run, and I'm sure at the 2,000,097, you know the drill. I've mentioned it in this video a couple times at least. When we get a little past over 2 million, we'll just say that. Probably going to have to do more north and south facing to get our speed going. Because most of the time I have to turn like that in order to get it to go. If I land on one of the juttery spots at just the right timing, running is possible. Okay, then it can go there, this can go there, and we can sleep there. Sometimes I'm just stubborn and I'll hit the run, keep double tapping till I do hit a couple of imposition points in just the right timing. Village. Stupid me, I was checking the sun. There we go. And being able to get the swim thing going, we have to turn around. Smithies. Washer is dying off. So when we come back, we'll continue from here, the dryer phase. Alrighty, it's the dryer phase. Something came up though, so there'll be probably won't even really notice that there's like 5 minutes of footage that won't happen because I had something to take care of once the dryer started. But fortunately, there was a guy that was here, you probably heard him in the background. He was done, and he had 11 minutes on the dryer that he just finished using, and told me I could use it. What a nice guy. So, had a little bit of a buffer. So we're not losing as much time. Courtesy of some nice guy that... Oh, there we are. Okay, I'll leave the boat. There it is. That's what we're looking for. Another village. Smithies would be great. Okay, that was a pit, but not a big one. Again, we're at a point that we're looking for smithies, and I don't know why I think I'm gonna get running. Ooh, more village. Not ducking, running. There it is. Yay, that helps. That helps. That's damaged. This isn't really all that bad, but we'll get rid of it anyway. Take that. Yeah, what the heck? It's there. Let's get rid of that. Ooh, judder. Now that has nothing to do with the imprecision. This is something Android seems to do. The two other phones that I played this game on did the exact same thing this is doing. For some reason, there we go. So that shakiness was not the precision error. I don't know why it is with Android and why it does that, but it does. We can move the player. That's better. And no. We can move. Yeah, there's that weird judder again. Once again, staring at mountains. Oh, whoa. Same with the, I did not take the, I did not take the 2 o'clock break to do this. I took that, so I took that time to clean my car. So when it was time to leave to go home, then I could just brush off what little might have accumulated, because like I said, it was pretty much melting, almost melting on contact on cars, and was melting on the roads. Wow, why does Android do that? we're getting to a point that we gotta sleep. This is a terrible spot, but it's a spot. Wasn't a bad position to wind up in. Oh, no wonder I can't move fast. Filled right up. Whoa. Okay, this is just getting worse. Nice as the mountain goes away and I can move over to the right again. Wow, ask and ye shall receive. At least this time. Oh, that wasn't worth it. At least I got the boat back. Why are we not moving? Again, too short to bother with the boat. Funny is this laundromat put in a textured floor to try to make it less slippery, but yeah, when it's wet, it's worse. Can't imagine a laundromat having a wet floor. I know it's a bit ridiculous to think of that, but yeah, at least we get something pretty to look at as we're boating. I was going to say that if this was going nowhere, this is where we're going to have to stop. So, and the boat still exists. Okay. Yeah, bad positioning. With this weird rotational judder issue. why does Android do that? On a much faster phone, it is really, really annoying. The first phone I did, the one that died, it was noticeable. The frame rate wasn't the greatest. And then the second phone, the frame rate was slightly higher. And I mean slightly. And yeah, you definitely could see it, but it still wasn't that impressive. This one, capable of 60 frames per second and more. Although I have the screen set to only refresh at 60 to save the battery. And it really shows up. And I don't think there's going to be a long boat ride here, because it's all frozen, so we'll just about 28 usable minutes remaining. We can run on the ocean or river. The ocean-like thing that's very narrow and stretches a long way. Village. Of course, though, the step that I wanted is the one that I missed. Alright, we're doing alright with beds. I know smithies can be a thing in these, but apparently not this particular one. Close to 1,170 kilometers. And that's a neat little feature to pass through. Although relatively pointless because of that big hole in the ground. I don't know, because in Windows 10, I don't get that strange shake when my player turns. It's only happened on the phones. I wonder if that is just an Android thing. Wonder if anybody who plays it on the iPhone has the same thing happen every once in a while. It is weird, and it's very annoying at high frame rates, or high enough. be bad. That could have been bad. That could have been a very unpleasant drop. It's funny how when I switch to the bed mode, it re-renders everything, and then when I get back out of bed, it re-renders everything when it was already there. Oh, there's a baby on board there. We're far enough away, didn't care. Did not care. We weren't close enough to it. There's a speck on the screen. Sorry about that. That's what. There was an annoying speck on the screen that I had to get rid of, and I didn't want to blow on it because it probably would do absolutely nothing but just break a few eardrums if anyone's listening on headphones. 5 or 6 people that might be watching this on headphones. Here's a village. This one has a much better chance of some sort of smithy appearing. Yeah, I think that was a bad move on my part. There we go. This was a terrible village. And let's try and get a good look at what that building is. Pointless. We can move the player. So as I say, I typically like to have at least 23 obsidian before we attempt the nether. I keep kicking myself for somehow getting rid of that diamond pickaxe, which is so important. We probably could be quite a bit further now. Oh, do boats work on regular, Oh yeah, they do. But it's very, very difficult to control. Why did I not think of doing this all this time? Probably because it's so difficult to control. But it's so worth it when it's working. So insane. Now it just simply can't keep up. Tell you, when we get it going, it gets going. It does not like to do this. I keep losing control of it. I guess we found something interesting today. Okay, we can't seem to get behind this wall. Okay, we need to get by the wall. It's getting ridiculous, so... Leave the boat. Leave the boat. We picked up a passenger that we don't want. Okay, a little more control. A little more control. Just a little bit. Yeah, this is ridiculously hard to do. But hey, we had quite a few good stretches there. Need to be moving, and this is not the correct way. We need to be moving. Why are we not moving? Okay. how about a point where we don't hit something? We can move the player. We can move the player. I like it when we move the player. Well, if you can really control this thing. So hard. Yeah, at this point we don't. It seems that if we use the boat on ice, it doesn't seem to have a problem giving it back to us. We can jump. I like when jumping happens when jump button's pressed. That's a great feature of the game. Jump buttons that cause jumping. All right. Alrighty. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? Either way, whichever one makes it go further. And I always keep tapping the wrong side. Okay, this is not going to help us. That also will not. Okay, we need to get out of this trap. Different position. Different position. Different position. Alright, so that is not a private message. So we're good there. Oh, we were doing so good. And the boat just doesn't go into the water. There we go. In spite of all the difficulties, that really, really does help, and I never thought of doing that till now. So I mean, that just zoomed. We just zoomed past the 30,000 block mark. That went extremely well. One of these days I'll master the ability to control it on the ice and make the phone scream more. It's not very happy right now. So there's only about 8 usable minutes left. So what I'm just going to do right now is, to be on the safe side because the battery is low, is I'm just going to do a quick pause right here and start the video. So I'm just going to do a stop and start. Yeah, there's no way I wanted to lose that adventure in speedboating. So I mean, if I lose this segment because the battery croaks, then I can always come back and say, you know, we lost a little bit of progress on video, and this is where we are. That was just too important. I like that they keep that Mojang kept that bug in the game. So many people have made transportation systems, especially in the Nether, that utilized packed ice in some way, shape, or form. Although I don't know how it works on Java, but apparently in Bedrock it doesn't matter what type of ice it is, you'll be able to go fast. Supposedly on Java, blue ice you go the fastest. Regular packed ice, close to as fast as you can go. And regular ice, I'm not sure. That went well, surprisingly. Oh, and I left the dryer open that I was going to use before the guy told me he had 11 minutes left and donated them to my cause of drying my clothes. Very nice. Looks like we're landlocked. I wanted to see if there's a river cutting through here. The answer's no. Okay, we could jump. We can jump. We could move too. Not what I wanted. And there's that weird turning judder again. Let's get to the ocean. That way we can just plop the boat down and continue our adventure. Oh wait, the boat don't exist. Anyway. This. And we got one more. We're hungry. They're taking up space. Let's use them. Once again, that. Player. Okay, I don't remember putting it there. Funny, when you waterlog a boat in Java, it just sinks to the bottom. Apparently it still has some of that literal floaty physics from the original boats. And you know what? The dryer's almost done, so I guess we can call it good pretty soon. In fact, we'll call it good right here. And the boat exists still. Alright, there's no round number this time, so actually we can go. There we go. 1,177,400 blocks. With the boat right there. And that's one way with an interesting run on the ice. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed, have a good one, and why did I not think of that so many times before? Have a good one.